to create a purchase packet within IQ Reseller. So when you are selling something and you are having your vendor ship to your customer, we do have a method and process in place that would allow you to do so. First, what you're going to want to do is create a normal sales order. So we'll go up to Sell, we'll go to Sales Orders. At this point, we're now going to click New to create a new sales order, and then we're going to type in the client ID. For example, we'll use Chase here. You're then going to want to click on New Line to add the item that you were selling to Chase, my client here. So here we're going to click on New Line. We're going to type in Elite Book, and we're going to do the Elite Book 2540p. I have a list price of $25.50, but you know what? Instead, we're going to say that we're going to sell this for $900 instead, and we'll click Save. At this point now, what we're going to do is we're going to click Schedule Shipment here, and we're going to say that who the provider is. For this example, I'm going to use a generic shipper, so I'm going to get a shipping label outside of the system from another shipper. We do support FedEx or UPS. If you were using FedEx or UPS, that would actually generate the label within IQ Reseller, and then you would have the purchase order, the packing list, and the shipping label all included. For this example, I will only have the packing list and the purchase order in the email, and then attach the label to the email from there. So for this one, we're going to say it's going to be DHL. The service type is just going to be standard overnight, and then the payment type will be from us. We'll put in a bill account number here as well to say that's the account number that we entered it in outside the system to schedule the shipment with DHL. I'm not going to have the customer pay freight here, so I'm going to turn off add freight to customer invoice. That's going to get shut off here. You do have the option to mark as if it's coming from a different warehouse. You actually have the ability to state what warehouse it's coming from. You can make this a default option as well. So here we're going to say it's coming from a broker instead. And because I'm doing a drop ship now, I'm going to click on Blind Drop Ship Way, which will then say, okay, who's it coming from and where's it shipping to? Because you can actually change the address here. So if you want it to stay where it's coming from somewhere else, or shipping from somewhere else, so that way your customer doesn't know where it's coming from. It still looks like it's coming on behalf of you. This is where you can do that now. We're just going to click Save here for this example. And then at this point, we're now going to click the Purchase Packet option right here, which will now want to create a purchase order. Okay, so first we're going to say, okay, who are we buying this from? We're going to select here. We're going to say it's coming from IQ Reseller to match the drop ship address that we picked. And then from here, I'm going to put a purchase. So I sold it for $900. I'm going to say I'm going to buy this for $500. Now we have a purchase cost. And then at this point, we're going to click Save, which will automatically close out and receive that purchase order as well. So here, we do have the option to have shipping validate turned on. Shipping validate is really helpful for wholesalers if you want to validate, if you're having like a 50 or 100 piece shipment and you want to validate one last time. For this example though, I'm going to have to turn override off because it's not even here and there's nothing for me to validate here. So I'm going to click override and that will be gone. We'll close that out, and that's an option you don't even have to have turned on either. At this point now, we're going to go and enter in package details. So if there's a declared value, you can say it's $500, and then the weight, we'll say it's 5 pounds, and then we'll say it's 12 by 12 by 12. And then you can enter in the tracking number that you got when you scheduled the shipment outside of the system here. So we're going to say it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the tracking number. That is a required field as well, so you will need to know this and put that there. And at this point, what we're going to do is we're going to hit Save, which is now going to pop up with an email that you will send to the vendor. And then from here, you can see that we have the purchase order that's going to appear here. We'll open up. There's the purchase order for that Elite Book for the 500. You can see that it's shipping to Chase Consulting. So my vendor, IQ Reseller here, is going to be shipping to Chase Consulting. And then that the bill to is going to be coming to Acme ITAD, that's the database that I'm logged into right now. Close this out. And if we look at the packing list as well, they also get a packing list that can be included. And right here, I have the logo to be turned off. And then it's saying it's coming from Acme ITAD and then Chase Consulting right there. And then one step further too is if you were scheduling a shipment with UPS or FedEx, which is the two shippers that we do integrate directly into, you would have a third document here that would be the shipping label that you can then send on behalf of your vendor. Or you can then add the attachment to an email with that shipping label. Because of this example, I did create a generic shipper outside of the system and just wanted to record the shipment inside of the system. At this point here, you would click save or just hit cancel and you're done. You can see that this sales order did get invoiced out and it's all closed out. Thank you.